Hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming to my studio apartment. As you can see, me and my co-host
Hey.
have been waiting patiently for your arrival. Now let me say the words you have longed to hear, baby. I'm Angelo.
I'm Brando.
And this is episode 3 of Game Time. How's that for a fucking opening?
I mean, that's fine with me, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's no Jake and Brando opening, but I mean, we all can't have high standards.
Hey, welcome to Jake and Brando. I'm Brando.
and I'm Jake. No, please. He's half as energetic as I'm Jake. I'm barely making it out of bed again today. We're here from the bridge I'm about to jump off of.
I didn't know that you decided to start a podcast with Eeyore.
Well, neither did I, but, you know, we're going to get that Winnie the Pooh residual income here pretty soon. I keep waiting.
So how was your week, man?
Long, but it was good. Like what? Like what dick is that you were going to say?
That's what I did say.
No, it was good. Just same old shit, man. Going to the gym and writing and working and I was up real late last night, went to my friend's house for games, and got real drunk. Then had to wait till I could walk, till I could drive my Megan and I home. But fuck all that. Let's not forget today is your birthday.
Aww. Let's forget that.
Okay.
No, it's when it comes to my birthday, I'm all like, eh.
Yeah, okay, and your ass was at Six Flags all day wearing a fucking, I bet you had one of those cardboard crowns on. Like, my birthday, nigga, yeah, nigga.
No,
make sure everybody
it's more
knew.
Like I'm wearing like one of the fucking cardboard crowns from Burger King. And I'm just going around with like my arms crossed and like this frown on my face like,
You look like Conker in the beginning of Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Video games. Way to tie it back.
That's my job. Keep us fucking focused. You want to jump right into the news?
I mean, I would like to talk about my week. That'd be cool.
Oh, my
it's
bad.
Okay with
my
you,
bad. My bad. Oh shit. I'm sorry. It usually consists of the same thing. I worked and then I didn't. But go on. How was your week?
I worked and then I didn't.
Well, I'm 1 for 1 so far. What did you do for your birthday? You were at Six Flags for birthday, right?
Yeah, I went to Six Flags yesterday. Now don't laugh at me, Brandon, but
I put my drink down.
I think I must have spent about $50 to $60 playing carnival games, trying to win prizes.
Frankly, I'm surprised you spent your own money. But
as opposed to whose?
Your mama's. Did you win
I got
anything?
This thing called a job. That was a thing that I didn't have to rely on.
You need to tell me about a job. I've had a job. I've had many jobs. But it's not about me. What? Did you win anything?
I won 3 flowers that you get for free for playing the game.
Well, isn't that special?
I came so close a bunch of times, but those goddamn claw games, man, they're rigged.
Tell me about it, dude. All those card games are rigged.
Yeah. I kind of should have realized that when I went to the OC fair and spent $150.
God. That's how you know you have disposable income, when you say something like, I spent $150 on carnival games.
That, or what it's like, I spent $2,000 on a computer, but my bank account isn't hurting from it.
Oh, man.
Man, don't you just love when I stroke my ego dick?
This is why you handle all the production spending, because clearly you could afford it.
I know. I mean, I bought the software that we record with.
I had no idea.
Anyway, let me stop stroking my ego dick and let's get on to some news.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thought I wanted to port home for a minute. Go ahead.
So, first things first, something pretty important, like I'm talking destroying the industry important. Rise of the Tomb Raider for the PS4 release.
Sweet.
Yeah. No, it dropped. I was going to look up the sales numbers, but I couldn't find it.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
That doesn't indicate quality, I don't think. I've heard Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is next on my list, is very, very good.
Yeah. I played it. I really liked it. I need to go back and finish it. That's with the case with most games.
Well, yeah.
Like, I'm looking at my shelf right now, and I have 5 games, like, recently that I bought. And I'm like, I think I've only played, like, an hour and 20 minutes of each of these.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're so busy spending that money in those carnival games. I mean, I'm surprised you have any time to do anything else.
Those fucking carnival games, they get me every time. Every time. Cuphead was delayed to mid-2017, which is a good thing and a bad thing. A bad thing, because when I first saw this game at E3 2014? Yeah, 2014. I was like really excited and psyched for this game. I really like the way it looks, with the whole like fucking 20s or 30s like cartoon, like Disney style cartoon style. Good thing, because maybe they can actually give it a like side-scrolling combat or like side-scrolling like action like level, instead of, I'm pretty sure it's just a just boss run. Like, it's like, oh, this level you fight this boss, and it's just the boss. There's nothing else to the level.
Well, okay, but see, here's my. First of all, I also agree that the art style is good. It's like those 20s and 30s cartoons that Disney and Looney Tunes made with like way less racism. So that's cool. The other thing, I have a hard time with the argument that they should add other elements to it. The game is what it is. I understand the boss rush thing. I mean, it's hard to make a whole game. It's hard to play a whole game where that is what it is. But if that particular thing is done well, I don't think it matters that much. Like, no one is sitting there, demanding that you make, Pac-Man any more of a game than it already is, or you make Tetris any more of a game than it is. I think that we, as a culture in games now, are so adamant that every game have it needs to have this, it needs to have that, and we won't just accept it for what it is.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm more of like, when I first saw the game, I was like, oh, this is kind of like a Mega Man-like game. And
yes.
That'd be cool if like it was just went the whole route and was like, maybe have like a little hub world that's like it's like a studio, and then you walk up to the world door and it's like a film reel or like a projector, and like
you want Spyro. I got you.
Or fucking Crash, because it's actually good in comparison. Let's talk about the good game, not the bad one.
Sure, I'll give you that.
But yeah, it'd be like a film projector, and like hitting A on the world, it like starts up the projector, and then like it just like fades into like one of those old timey like 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of screens, and then like start the level, and then like they could just do like a whole Mega Man thing of like, oh, you platform and fight these enemies around the level, and then you get to the boss, and you fight the boss, and then you beat the boss. And it's like, maybe have like a collectible that you're getting, or like something, to be honest, I don't even know what the fucking story for Cuphead is, because you know why? Because it's the fucking boss rush.
Well, it's Cuphead and Mugman versus the world. But I mean, it looks interesting. I mean,
hey, developers of Cuphead, free fucking, just hire me already. Fucking, that whole idea, you can have it. You can have it. Just make the game have more than just bosses.
Yeah, I from what I've read about the situation, it sounds like that's exactly what they're doing. I heard a common complaint was that the platforming shit that they added into the game isn't very good, and it bogs the rest of the game down. So I feel like Microsoft probably threw a bunch of money at them, because I think they're funding this game. Said, hey, here's all this money, make it better, and that's probably what they're going to do. So the Cuphead that we've seen, art style-wise probably won't change, but I think you're probably right in the sense that you're going to get a much more whole game as opposed to just being the boss rush thing. So I guess we'll see. We have until middle of 2017 to find out. So we'll be playing this in our Scorpios probably by then.
Yeah. Oh! Speaking of the year 2017, I don't know how I completely forgot about this to my news list. I'm pretty sure it was on yours, though. Fucking possible leak of Mass Effect Andromeda's release date.
Yup.
It was March 2017, right? That's what it said?
Mm-hmm. March 21st, 2017.
Damn.
I'll read the thing that I had.
Okay.
The release date for highly anticipated game Mass Effect Andromeda may have been revealed. As noted by Destructoid, the Amazon listing shows the release date of March 21st, 2017 as simultaneous with the game.
The art book, right?
The art book, yeah. So, that was pretty funny. Woo. Oops, somebody got fucking fired.
Probably two people. Whoever fucking put it on Amazon and whoever at Amazon let it go live.
Yeah, for real.
Sorry, I kind of jacked one of your topics there.
No, it's all good. I'm on the fence about Mass Effect Andromeda, but I'm excited that that date is close to my birthday because I know what I'm doing. At least that fucking Monday or Friday, I'm taking off work and I'm diving deep into some Mass Effect. I know that.
What do you mean on the fence about Mass Effect Andromeda?
We'll have that conversation later. Not right now. Unless you want to have it right now.
I mean, when's later?
So
when the game drops, or
no, we'll have. All right. Mass Effect is my all-time favorite game trilogy. It is perfect. Even if I didn't like the ending of the third one, as I've had more time to think about it, it's grown on me. But it's perfect. It's the perfect escalation from game to game. I think 3 is the best one. I understand why people argue 2 is better, but I think 3 is the best one because of the payoff you get. And the heartstring pulls that I keep getting. I'll never forget when I let Garrus win that sniper fight because I just wanted to make him feel good one last time. I'm not sure how I feel.
Oh God, or losing Morden.
Oh God. And for the people that played Mass Effect and somehow managed to kill Rex on the beach, you're a fucking idiot. Because I didn't even know that was I didn't even know it wasn't even an option. There are people I know that got through the game without Rex, and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? But these are probably the same people that lost 3-4 people in the mission in the second game.
Well, to be fair, when I don't know if I ever told you this, but I originally first played Mass Effect 1, got to the Citadel, and was like, I don't know if I like this game. And then I did a mission, and like I was just driving around in the Mako, and I was like fucking just lost wandering, and then I got to like some base, and there were like people in there, and I'm like, I paused, saved the game, turned off the game, and then like put back in Fallout 3 and was just going back to town on that. Then a couple of years later, Mass Effect 2 came out, and I was like, a lot of people like Mass Effect. I did play the first one. I think I'm gonna get this one. And I got it. I played it, and as I was playing it, I noticed there are parts in this where obviously playing and beating the first game would have made this game make more sense. Because like people's talking about shit I didn't even know about. Like they're like, oh, and then the Sovereign attack on the Citadel. I'm like, what?
Who?
I don't remember that. And then like fucking you get to Tutanka, and fucking you meet Rex's I want to say blood brother or something. He's like, I'm Rex's brother. Since he died, and it's like the game just like immediately assumes that you killed Rex, and it's like. Yeah, he was my brother, but he was an asshole.
I'm pretty sure verbatim, that sounds like something they'd write.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was just like, fuck. I gotta play I actually beat the game on that save of like not playing Mass Effect 1 and just starting fresh on Mass Effect 2. And
Sucks.
I think during the suicide mission I lost Grunt, Jack, Jacob.
Oh my god.
And I want to say maybe Morden.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So I guess when you put in the third game, it just said, fuck you, and spit the disc out, right?
That's why bother? It was either like 3 or 4 people I lost doing that.
Oh, man.
No, I know who the fourth one was. It was, What's-Her-Face, who gets turned to goo. Your, secretary who's like, I love you. And then you, like, bang the shit out of her.
Goo.
Yeah, if like, you, like, don't get there in time, she, like, you see her in the pot, and she's like, it gets turned into, like, black goo. That's pretty. Is what's pumped into the Human Reaper boss. Oh, speaking of the Human Reaper boss, did I ever tell you that time where I tried to use the fucking, mini nuke, gun during that boss fight?
Yeah, you did.
Fucking fire it because it's such a small area. Fucking the explosion kills me every time I try to use it. So I'm just like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't use it.
No shit, huh?
I think I tried it like 3 or 4 times. Like, let me try getting farther back this time. No, let me get even farther back this time. No, I think it's just happening every time. Let's just double check. Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess that's one way to learn how to, you know, play the game. But I love the universe, and I'm nervous to go back into it because I got so attached to Shepard and all of those characters, and knowing that the game is set after the third game, and that it's for sure the Mass Effect fields got fucked up and everybody kind of got fucked over being stuck where they're at. That's a bummer, but I'm excited to just have Dragon Age Inquisition in space because that is
fucking awesome.
100% what I want. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll fall back in love with the game. I'm pretty excited.
Now that I think about it, I wonder where BioWare went wrong. Because in, like, fucking KOTOR 1 and Jade Empire and, no, just those two. The game is like, you know, you go to an area, it's wide open, and you can explore and do everything, and then you go to these other locales. But, I mean, like, I only really saw that in, like, any of their future games, and, like, I'd have to say Dragon Age 1. I don't remember, like, the only, like, wide open area you can explore in Mass Effect is, like, the Citadel. And then, like, when you go to planets, it's like, oh, you're either just in a linear level, because it's like a away mission, or it's like you're in a linear kind of open area for this story mission.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be nice to see them return to form in Andromeda, of like just going to a planet, and then it's like you've got this big wide open area to explore that's like kind of like a hub area, and then past that is like mission area. Yeah. Or even just do it like Inquisition of like, here's the map, there's missions everywhere, there's locales everywhere, have fun.
Yeah, I mean we'll see what happens. You know, I don't know. A part of me wishes they would not have touched the game again, just because it was what it was and it was beautiful. But we'll see what happens.
Gotta keep them lights on.
Well, that Jade Empire game won't make itself, now will it?
It won't.
Let's. What's next?
Let's see. What's my next news topic? PlayStation VR came out this week. A lot of the reviews I'm seeing for it are meh to it's alright.
Really?
Yeah. Which makes me go, yeah, I'm really glad I didn't actually go and buy that. And another thing I'm hearing a lot is from like reviewers or Let's Players that got it, them just going, a lot of the games are just shit. Like, they're nothing really to write home about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a couple that were like Vive and Oculus games that were ported over. But other than that, it's like, eh. Like, I didn't even know fucking Batman VR was coming out until like maybe Monday of this week. I saw
Really? They made like a big deal out of that.
I saw something that was like it was from the DC channel, like on YouTube, and they were talking about the story of it, and like I was like befuddled, just completely baffled by what the story was. And I was like, but this game takes place before Arkham Knight. What? How? Do you know what the like kind of main thing about the story is, Brandon?
Yeah, spoiler alert, somebody kills Nightwing, and you have to find out who. But I think that's all bullshit. I don't think it's canon. I think it's just an excuse to fucking go buy the game. But that's just my opinion.
Who knows? I haven't played the game. Maybe they resolve that in the thing, and it's like, oh, it's a clone of Nightwing, the Clayface body. Nightwing's just been held captive this whole time. And then another dumb thing about it that I saw was that it was like an IGN guide of like, find all the Riddler trophies.
Oh yeah, arguably the best part of the Arkham games.
And I'm like, how the fuck did the Riddler get into the Batcave?
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even think about that. That's fucked up.
Like, is this just like fucking that one New 52 story where it's like, oh, Joker's known who we've been the whole time and has actually been to the Batcave before, but he doesn't tell anybody or use that to his advantage unless he really has to.
Yeah. No, I doubt it. I think it's just, oh yeah, it's set in the, Arkham First Buy it. I've heard it's arguably one of the better games to come out. People seem to be enjoying it a lot.
Speaking of Arkhamverse, that shit show of Batman Return to Arkham is supposed to come out next week.
Oh boy.
I love how they talked about it, and then like maybe a month later it was like, Batman Return to Arkham indefinitely delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking shit show.
What's even weirder about that is that they have completely red-headed stepchild in the Arkham Origins game.
Yes, they have.
Which is so awkward.
Except for the fact that they used designs from it in Arkham Knight. Like, oh, here's Firefly. He's using a destroyed version of his costume from Arkham Origins.
Exactly.
Oh, here's Deathstroke. He's wearing the exact same costume from Arkham Origins.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love Origins. It was obviously not the same caliber game as Arkham, the mainline Arkham games were, but it wasn't a bad game by any means. I didn't think it made any sense that it was only set, 5 years before Arkham's, whatever, the first Arkham game, Arkham Asylum.
I can understand
but Batman
why.
apparently has a different voice.
I can understand why that is.
All this shit.
Because even in the comics, they go about this whole thing of like, we want to portray the illusion that Bruce Wayne doesn't really age, and so like they're like, oh, Arkham Origins, that's when he's first Batman. 5 years later, Arkham Asylum. But then it's like, and yet fucking all these people have aged significantly. Like Jim Gordon somehow in 5 years, all of his orange hair just went gray and he became a fucking scrawny old man.
I don't know, man.
Just, like 5 years. Barbara Gordon was a sophomore in high school, yet now she's a, like, fucking, like, I assume 26-year-old in a wheelchair.
Uh-huh. I hear you.
And obviously the fact of Bruce Wayne being like, I've got a young guy voice, Now I've got kind of a middle-aged man voice. Yet when you look at him outside of the suit, his model is like, I don't know, I'm probably like 29, 30. But I sound like this. So yeah, PlayStation VR. Who knows? Maybe at some point I'll get it. Oh, but there is one little cool factoid about PlayStation VR I found out about. Apparently, you can use the PlayStation VR as a monitor to play your Xbox One or Wii U.
Yeah, I read about that.
That's pretty funny. That's like kind of how like when the PS4 came out and people were like, oh, you know, you can actually like plug your Xbox One into the HDMI slot, the extra HDMI slot on the PS4 and play your Xbox One on your PS4. That's pretty funny. That's silly. Now my last topic for news. I don't suppose you've seen that little picture Rockstar tweeted out that they then changed all of their social media profiles to be?
I did not. What happened?
It is a picture of a... let me look at the picture real quick. Of the Rockstar logo in black on a red backdrop.
Ooh, shit, you know what that means?
I do, in fact.
Mad Max 3. Fuck yes, I'm so excited.
I was going to say
Max
Manhunt
Payne.
3.
Oh shit, Manhunt 3. Oh man, what a mindfuck that would be if that was what it was.
Oh, speaking of Max Payne, fucking someone brought up something about Quantum Break that I thought was really funny.
What?
So, as you know, Remedy, that studio that made the first two Max Paynes, Alan Wake, and Quantum Break, they're like, okay, they broke it down to me like this: Remedy, right? Max Payne, Alan Wake, and Quantum Break should have been Jack Choice. Because isn't the character's name like Jack Joyce or some shit like that?
In what? Yeah, in Quantum Break, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, instead of Quantum Break, the game should have been called Jack Choice.
Oh, that's it.
Like, change the character's last name and just have it be like Jack Choice.
Shut up.
But, back to, now that little tangent is over, let's get back to that. So, Rockstar may have fucking teased the possibility of Red Dead 3.
Dope.
Which, I don't know about you, I'm fucking super psyched for.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Let me just, look up something real quick. Fucking Red Dead, dude. Just Red Dead. Red Dead. I need it. I need a sequel. I need a sequel to Redemption. Like, I was one of the people that actually played and beat and really liked Red Dead Revolver. And when fucking Red Dead Redemption came out, I was like, oh baby.
Yeah, it was
and then
amazing.
I fucking played through it, and I'm like, God, this story, it's amazing.
That ending, though. R.I.P.
If only
John
there were
Marston.
bulletproof vests. Though, his bulletproof vest would have need to have been like a steel wall.
I was gonna say, so if he, if only he could survive multiple gunshot wounds.
That's something they should do for this next Red Dead. Like, as like a little Easter egg nod to Western movies, have like body armor, because you know how Rockstar is like with GTA and having body armor, but have it be like the piece of steel from like a furnace door that like Clint Eastwood uses in for A Fistful of Dollars, and have it be like,
shout out.
Have it be like you can only like have like 3 or 4 shots and then it's gone. But
Funny. That's awesome. I'm curious what the story will be. I can't wait. I can't wait for fucking reveals on this. It's so exciting.
what's funny is that so you know how Rockstar does that thing for like games, like when you start up a game, it's like boom, the Rockstar logo, and then it'll show like the next Rockstar logo for like what specific Rockstar studio it was, and it's like essentially the same but like inverted colors.
Yeah.
So they released that image with the black Rockstar logo on the red backdrop, but then on all of their like Twitter and Facebook pages, it's reversed. So it's like a red Black Star logo on a black motif. And fucking, you know, the sequel for Red Dead's been rumored for quite a while. Like I don't know if you remember back when there was that apparent leak of a game map for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
That was like bigger than the map for Red Dead Redemption, and like even like factored in some areas from
New
Red Dead
Bordeaux.
Redemption. And New Bordeaux from Mafia 3, making that like a little sly way to tie the games, these Take-Two games together, like a little crossover, which would be cool.
It would be.
Like maybe in like the next GTA, you're like the descendant of Lincoln from Mafia, or like you work up with someone who is.
Yeah, man, that'd be so. Man, can't wait.
Be like, just some random guy walks in. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" He's like, "I'm Abraham Clay." You see my little dumb joke I did there?
Yeah, good job.
But yeah, that apparent leaked map had like the Great Plains area and Blackwater City, which were in Red Dead Redemption, and then there's also what we were talking about, a little New Bordeaux area. So that'd be cool. Have that. Like, I'd see if this map is like fucking legit, and the fact that there's like a lot of it is water and there's like lake areas. I feel like maybe they're going to kind of like how they did with GTA, have like fucking 3 in Vice City you can't swim, and then San Andreas it's like swimming. Sorry, I sneezed. Maybe they're finally, you know, fucking there would be swimming in like Red Dead, which would be fun, because then if they have like a swamp area like they did in the first game, and possibly seeing as how the New Bordeaux thing, fucking alligators, fucking there'll be gators in that there swamp, which would be fun to hunt, because you know Red Dead had the whole hunting thing. So fucking this is cool, man. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember when Red Dead Redemption was first originally announced. I think they kind of did the same thing of like teasing. Oh no, wait, not Red Dead. It was GTA 5. They kind of used the similar tactic of releasing. I think it was the game logo, and then they just released the first trailer like a week after. So who knows? Maybe if it is handled the same way, maybe then like the coming weeks we'll see like some more stuff of a possible Red Dead 2 or Red Dead 3. Which if it is kind of like how with the game map leaking, how a lot of people thought maybe this game would be a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, maybe we can have a little cool thing of bringing back the character Red from Red Dead Revolver.
That would be kind of cool. I never played that first game. But
he's fucking cool, dude. He's this half Native American, half white guy whose father and Native American mother were killed before his eyes, and then fucking his like dad's old partner shot him with this like basically like the end game gun, and your father also had one, and it falls into a fire, and he reaches into the fire, grabs the gun, but then like the grip inlet that his father had is burned into his hand, and he like uses the gun, and the gun's so fucking powerful it fucking blows the dude's arm off.
Holy shit!
Straight Zakhaev from Modern Warfare. Just fucking one gunshot. It's like, ah, my arm. And then the game follows Red. I think his last name's Harlow. Like trail of revenge, trying to find this dude who murdered his parents and fucking like kill him.
Sounds mysteriously a lot like a Gun. The Activision sleeper hit.
Or I think you mean Gun sounds
Gun
a lot
sounds
like Red Dead Revolver, since how it came out way after.
Yeah, it was good to see Chris Christopherson getting work again. That's great.
Whereas in Red Dead Revolver, you had such talent as Ron Perlman, who plays like the secondary villain. But yeah, the fucking Red Dead Revolver was cool. There were 4 different characters you could play as. There was Red Harlow, then this British gunslinger named Jack Swift, and then a character who is a Buffalo Soldier who is simply named Buffalo Soldier. And then a character who I forget the name of, but she's pretty much just forgot to mute my mic that time. Who's pretty much just that one famous female gunslinger, Annie Oakley?
Yes.
Yeah, she's pretty much just Annie Oakley. Let me look it up. Annie Stokes is her name.
Okay.
Stokes. But yeah, fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. I need it. I want it. Gotta have it.
Yes. Absolutely.
And besides this, Rockstar is also apparently rumored to be working on GTA 6. But I kind of wish they'd fucking just release some single-player DLC for 5. But that's none of my business.
Well, I 100% agree with you there, but, you know, GTA Online apparently is such a fucking gold mine that I guess there's no need.
Yeah, a gold mine with all those free dollars from people just getting the update for free.
People spent a lot of money in that game for the shark cards and shit. I don't remember what the numbers were, but they were pretty impressive. They made like hundreds of millions of dollars on the DLC for GTA Online.
Yeah, but those people are stupid. Says the guy who spent about $200 on a Star Wars mobile game that he doesn't
Carnival games in GTA. Oh. Fair enough. Anything else in news?
Nope, that's all the news I got. Take it away, old buddy, old pal, old friend of mine.
All right, let me try and knock these out pretty quick here. A file size for Skyrim Special Edition has been revealed. Console, you'll only need 12 gigabytes of space, which includes the game and all of its DLC. This is no surprise.
12 gigs?
Yes. This is no surprise, as all Bethesda games have had small file sizes compared to the other games that come out. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, how is it that fucking Skyrim gets 12 gigs, but goddamn Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is like 156? What the fuck?
Because obviously Call of Duty has a much more immersive story than Skyrim. I think we can agree.
The game could last like fucking 10 hours, and that's me being kind. Whereas fucking Skyrim, I don't even know how long I took to play the whole game to completion.
Yeah, for real. I'm sitting on 200 hours myself, but let's see. John Carmack, Chief Executive Officer of Oculus, had some honest words to say about the state of the VR market. During his speech at the Oculus Connect event, he said the following, quote, "We are coasting on novelty and the initial wonder of being something people have never seen before, but we need to start judging ourselves. Not on a curve, but in an absolute sense. Can you do something in VR that has the same value or more value than what these other non-VR things have done?" End quote. The Oculus Rift, the VR product released by Carmack's company, is one of a few VR products released in the last few months. So I thought that was interesting. because you haven't really heard a lot of the people backing the VR market being very critical of what comes next. And Carmack has always been a forward thinker, so this doesn't really surprise me that he said that, but I found it very refreshing that an outsider who would know the state of the market, should know, would say something like that, because I think he's right. I think just like with any other technological advancement, I think the reason that VR failed so many times in the past is partly because the technology wasn't where it needed to be, but also because they didn't think about what came after it. So it will be interesting to see, having him say that. It will be interesting to see what his company does moving forward. So
yeah, I mean, the only real problem I have with VR is, besides the slew of and just like bevy of indie titles people have made for it, there's like no, like, I have no recollection besides like Capcom doing with Resident Evil 7 and Rocksteady, we were just talking about with Batman VR. If any real like first party, or I guess third party title, or third party companies making anything for these VR hardware? Yeah,
that's
hardware.
Fair.
So but, usually when it comes to that regard, I'm like wary about VR. I
agree.
I still want to get my hands on one.
Of course.
But other than that,
I agree. But I don't. I think that the video game world is due for some sort of revolutionary step forward. Whether that will be VR, I think remains to be seen. But I think the VR was going to be polarizing either way. But I sincerely don't believe that the thing that's going to make VR potent in the marketplace is going to be the video game applications. I really do think it's going to be the other world applications, concerts, travel, sporting events, like all of these things that, like people that can't go to E3. Can you imagine, the Sony press conference starts and everybody strap on your VR headset, you'll, be able to get be in the audience, for, people who don't decide to stream it or go or whatever. Like that's the kind of shit I'm like, okay, now I can see how this could get kind of crazy, but that's just me. I mean, right now it just seems like
applications in porn. Oh my god.
Yeah, great. Because when I watch porn, I always want to be fucking the guy with the tattooed arms. Fucking yeah, girl.
Someone brought up something to me about the whole VR porn thing. Of it's like, if you like, say if you're like some teenager whose parents are like, you're like middle class or upper middle class, and your parents relented and bought you this VR headset, you would need a lock on your door if you're going to be doing any VR porn stuff. Cause,
oh man, I can't wait.
A lot of these, it's like, oh, I'm wearing this headset and I'm the guy and I'm just gonna jerk it off like fucking hard as shit. But it's like, okay, so like even if you're just like sitting there just watching this, what's on the headset is mirrored onto your computer. So like it's like, I'm just gonna be playing with my headset, Mom. Oh, okay, Billy opens the door and just sees like fucking hardcore porn on the screen while the kid's just sitting there just
your fucking spread around. Eagle Yeah, it's gonna be pretty funny. You put the headphones on and then you put the headset on and you're in a closed system. You are completely oblivious to what's going on around you, and it's gonna be I know I personally don't have friends that I trust enough to not fuck with me in that kind of situation. But I can only imagine fucking how many parents are going to walk in on their kids just...
I think that's why a lot of people like this one little factoid about the Vive, where it has a front-facing camera, and like at any time you can like switch to it to like just see like, oh, am I about to walk into something? And I know a lot of people who like they've told stories about like, oh, I switched to my front-facing camera and saw my friend flipping me the bird. And then I flipped them off, and I'm like, "Hey, fuck you."
Nice. And then especially if they don't know that it has that, you can just, holy shit, are you Daredevil? All right, next. This one, oh man.
Just one more thing about VR. I feel like maybe it's going to do another Virtual Boy, and just like not really like the whole, it'll give you brain cancer and melt your eyes, but like maybe be like I feel like maybe VR will not really take off, and like maybe in like 5 years when science and technology has advanced even further, we're going to get another wave of VR, and it's going to be like sci-fi stories and a couple of anime stories of where it's like, oh, you've got this like essentially like goggles helmet that you put on, and then you just lay down in bed, and it projects your mind into this game, and you're just in this game as your character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this current point of it, just like, it's basically just another screen on your head, but like, oh, now you can move your head to look around instead of having to use a stick or something. I feel like it's not really going to take off.
I disagree. I think that it will have a large enough niche audience where it will gain some traction. That actually, I was going to have another story, but this actually leads me to another thing that I found about that. Let me find it. Let me just read this real quick. PSVR is flying off the shelves. Sony Interactive Entertainment President Sean Layden gave the following statement to Polygon, quote, "We're making money on the VR console," end quote. The unit is currently estimated to reach 2 million units sold on Amazon by the end of the year. So, regardless of the tepid response, or the lukewarm response, I should say, that, some of the launch games and all that are getting, granted, I would attribute this more to the install base that PlayStation 4 has, as opposed to necessarily the VR itself, but I feel like enough people have it out there that if VR was ever going to pick up steam, I think now is the time it's going to. I think the stars are aligning enough where, there's a genuine interest to do it. We're already so connected digitally as it is with, fucking Snapchat and all the other stuff on our phones. Having another layer of that to put yourself into a situation, I think it'll pick up steam, man. I'm curious to see what the future will hold about it. But
oh man, if only I went on it yesterday. Fucking, I could, this would have been a perfect time to talk about. I don't know if you know, but at Six Flags there is a ride that you go on, and the whole time while you're on the ride, you're wearing the Samsung Gear VR.
Ooh.
And it's like projecting, I don't know, it's like projecting some stuff on. If I had went on that yesterday, I could have talked about it. That would have been a good little thing for this little, segue this little segue tangent we're on right now.
Well, that's what you get for not fucking thinking that you're, picking up content when you're in your real life, you fuck.
I know, I wasn't expecting us to do VR on the goddamn podcast. My bad.
Professional. My ass. This next one made me laugh because I think it's hilarious.
I like to think I'm professional. I mean, do you hear that opening? Huh.
Yeah, making me wet just thinking about it. Single player add-on to the game Star Citizen called Squadron 42 has been delayed. Added as part of a stretch goal during its Kickstarter campaign, the game's creator Chris Roberts explained the delay was so they could get, quote, get it right, end quote, reiterating that this narrative piece of the final product was important. Star Citizen has made $127 million on Kickstarter, and after 4 years still remains unreleased. That being said, playable chunks have been unlocked over time and have been met favorably. Squadron 42 has not been given a concrete release date. Oh, man.
The one thing of why I'd want to play Squadron 42 is the fact that Mark Hamill and Gary Oldman and a bunch of other famous actors are in it. But,
yeah, because it's fucking Star Commander 5, or whatever the hell.
But, Wing Commander.
My bad.
But, to be fair, I just kind of want, the open universe multiplayer.
Yeah, you're not the only one. All $127 million of it, and the game still isn't fucking finished.
Well, I mean, a lot of people play the current, little, thing that was unlocked, which is, alpha, where, you're in like a section, like a sector of the universe, and like you spawn at this space station, and you can bring up any of your ships and like fly around and go on like these little missions and just grief other players.
So it's EVE Online without the cool economy and backstory. I get it, but here's my. This is something we'll have to talk about one of our times, but this is an example of the thing that I'm really unhappy about in gaming culture now, where it's okay to take all of your money, but it is not. But you're not expected to release any kind of final product. This infinite beta situation that we're in, even with games that have high caliber, apparently, such as Star Citizen, where they have all this money and all this time, and they, I understand you're getting this. I think you have an obligation to your audience who invested in the project. I mean, shit, at the rate that they're going, in the time that it's taking to make Star Citizen, what we talked about it last week, In Exile, kickstarted Wasteland 2, released it, and they're in the middle of kickstarting Wasteland 3, and are probably going to have it released probably before Star Citizen's done. I want you to think about that for a minute, because this to me is ridiculous, and the people that have put money into this should be upset, because the stuff that's released isn't a full game, and they're not held to any kind of standard, because they can lean back and say, well, the game is still ongoing. Like, bullshit. I harken back again to the good old days where you bought a fucking game at the store, and you took it home and you fucking played the game, and that was it. Which brings me to,
day one patches or anything.
No, exactly. And that was the other thing I was going to mention. I'm in the middle of playing Mad Max right now. We've talked about this before. And I ran into a glitch. I was in the middle of dealing with one of the encampments, and I died because I'm still not very good at the combat system 15 hours into the game. And I went back to go attack it, and the area glitched, and the door wouldn't open. And I read on the forums, apparently, that this is the only encampment in the game where if you die in the middle of taking it over, when you go back to it, you cannot do anything. And I tried to find a workaround, and I did end up finding a workaround, kind of. I had to go up across the canyon and snipe into it to blow up these oil wells, and I only blew up 2 of 3. And there's no way for me to destroy the third one unless I pull off some ridiculous...
Wanted shot? Like fucking...
No.
As you're falling off of a cliff and fire a shot and like
exactly what I'm talking about.
Gas pump.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, and me being the completionist I am, I'm like, all right, well, now I'm mad. I almost stopped playing it the other day, but so that it's shit like that where it's like, really, come on, guys. But anyway, I digress. We'll have to talk about that another time. What's next?
Well, maybe if you weren't a completionist, you could just keep playing the game. But that's none of my business.
It sure isn't. The final chapter in the first season of Hitman has been revealed. Titled Hokkaido, Square Enix describes it in a press release. Quote, the Hokkaido location is set within the grounds of the hyper-exclusive Gamma Private Hospital and Resort. This secluded facility is a fusion of Japanese beauty and cutting-edge technology, featuring its own Zen Gardens, organic sushi restaurant, and traditional Japanese hot spring. Agent 47 must locate 2 targets in this climactic season finale, end quote. Hokkaido was set to release October 31st. Current entry in the hit.
So speaking of that whole, harken to the heyday of buying a game and just having it, how mad do you think people are who fucking bought a Hitman? And it's like, you only get...
Oh, by the way, it's episodic.
I'm pretty sure you only got, the fucking, tutorial and, first stage, and then you also get the second stage that they were releasing for free. But then all the other ones I'm pretty sure you have to pay for.
I think you can buy the whole. I don't mind it as much because they went back and said we're just going to make the whole thing episodic, and I think they were willing to refund everybody who was expecting the main disc to be out and have it, excuse me, the normal way. But I didn't mind it. I plan on getting Hitman at some point because the last game was pretty fun. But yeah. Anyway, let me finish. Hokkaido set to release October 31st. The current entry in the Hitman franchise, a soft reboot, has been released episodically so far, with a physical release set to drop in January. 2 additional seasons have been confirmed, and so far the episodes have been met favorably. So, this next piece of news pissed me off, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Capcom's reliance on re-releasing content seems to be paying off. According to a tweet released by the company, Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 have reached a combined 1.5 million in sales on PS4 and Xbox One. This is a bit of a surprise, considering the lukewarm responses of RE5 and 6 received, but 4 is widely considered a classic. Resident Evil 2 is a remaster incoming. and Dead Rising 1 and 2 were recently re-released as well. With this business model going so well, we are unlikely to see Capcom drop this trend anytime soon. The reason it made me mad is because I don't understand why people are buying these bad games. I never played Resident Evil 4, but I understand why people like it. I've read up on it, I've seen it played, that's one thing. I played 5, it sucked. You and I played the demo of 6, and we both did. Nah, this sucks. I remember you and I were both like drop kicking our way through that hallway. Nope, this is stupid.
It was alright in RE4 when it was like, oh, Leon, he's a Secret Service agent. And he's got all these martial arts moves, and he does like roundhouse kicks, and fucking like he's like so strong, like he can kick dudes' heads off, but because like their body's decaying and the force of his kicks. And then there's like a couple of like times where like I think like during the mid to late game, like his moveset just updates on its own, and like you just start being able to fucking suplex guys. But then as like fucking 5, it's like, oh, I'm gonna clothesline this dude, and oh, I'm gonna fucking choke slam him, and fucking rock bottom, and fucking DDT.
John Cena as Leon Kennedy.
You can't see him.
Oh my god!
The whole game, you're just
half that game was so fucking dark
gun.
You couldn't see anything.
You're just a floating gun.
God, that fucking game. So, lesson learned, I guess. Capcom had said earlier, I think, last year or this year, they were going to fully commit to releasing HD remasters of their entire catalog, because that's easier than actually making good games. But, fuck me, I guess.
With releasing, with re-releasing these versions of Resident Evil, it's doing one thing for them. It's showing them that people have an interest in Resident Evil, because I don't know about you, the gap between RE5 and RE6 was a big one. The gap between RE3 and RE4.
In quality or in...
I meant time. Like the gap between RE3 and RE4. And then it's not really as big as one, but the gap between RE6 and RE7. Which, mind you, Resident Evil 7, or as I like to call it, the PT clone, number 5007, sings how when Silent Hill was canceled, fucking it seemed like a bunch of indie developers were like, hey, come play my new horror game that is in no way, shape, or form a copy of PT.
Except for all of them. Yeah.
There's that one, like, I think it's called like Allison Drive or something, and it's like the same thing of like, you're first person in this house, and it's like, oh, you're looping, and there's like a ghost that's in there, and it keeps popping up behind you and in front of you and stuff, and the area keeps changing. PT.
Yeah, there's that. There's Emily Wants to Play. There's all kinds of shit. It's too much, but I feel like, anyway.
I feel like with people showing interest in Resident Evil, and this is giving them all the fucking proof they need that they need to make a HD remake of Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, which they are doing. So
yes, and then after that they'll probably end up doing a HD remake of Resident Evil 3, which 2 and 3 are by far the best Resident Evil games.
I guarantee you that 3 is probably going to come after 2. They're going to do that, and they're going to do the Code Veronica games too. I would bet.
What I feel like they'll probably do is like Resident Evil 7, maybe in like the next 2 to 3 years, the HD remake of Resident Evil 2, and then like 2 years after that, Resident Evil 8 will come out, because they'll probably have like a separate team working on that. And then after that, it'll be Resident Evil 3 remake, and then Resident Evil 9, and then Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. So I feel like that's just what they're going to start doing now. Because, I mean, Capcom, they just have so many different, like, franchises that are all just, like, hard hitters. They've got Resident Evil, they've got Street Fighter, they've got Dead Rising now in recent years. If they ever feel like it, they can try and make a new Mega Man if they fall back on, like, that, like, kind of like how that, like, after Resident Evil 6 came out, and then, like, I think it was one of the expansion versions of Street Fighter 4 came out. People were like just like kind of done with Capcom for a bit, and then that's when like they went back to the drawing board and like, okay, we gotta fucking get our shit right, and they did. They Street Fighter 5 was Street Fighter 5 Street Fighter 5 Street Fighter 5.
A fan, huh?
You know me, I love some fighting games.
Yeah, well, I'm still holding out for fucking Beautiful Joe.
Well,
yeah,
that gasp, but then, you know, there's a whole factoid of, I'm pretty sure that none of the original people who made that are even working at Capcom anymore, because they went and made Platinum games.
Yeah, well, you know, they're going to go under soon, I'm sure, if they keep releasing garbage.
But then I guess, you better be talking about Capcom.
I'm talking about Platinum. But that's a conversation for another day. Do you have anything else? Because I got more news.
I'm going to fucking murder you.
Not the first time I've heard you say that, and here I am still breathing.
You'll see. You'll know when I'm sending you a Samsung Galaxy 7 in the mail. Oh, I wonder if like with them exploding, if it'll get to the point where it's like, oh, I bought me a Samsung Galaxy 7. Would that be like considered like terrorism? It's like, no, you can't do it. For real. That's like sending a bomb.
Yeah, for real. No, you're up on a terrorist watch list. You buy a fucking Galaxy 7 phone. Let's see. The Batman Telltale series will release its third episode on October 25th, 2016. It is titled New World Order and is described as follows via a press release from the studio. When Kevin Nash, Scott Hall is kidding. Quote, Penguin's brutal attack broadcast on live TV has left the city reeling. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, the mysterious Selena Kyle reveals more of herself to Bruce. Does that mean some to-do? Sorry. No, and in the aftermath of the attack, Bruce's friend and Gotham's new mayor, Harvey Dent, is a deeply changed man who can be trusted when the future of Bruce Wayne and the Batman could be determined by the flip of a coin, end quote. So far, the series has been met with positive response, especially since the episodes seem to be coming out in a much timelier fashion, something that Telltale has struggled with for years.
Yep. The only thing they need to do now is change their fucking engine. But that's none of my business.
Yeah, well, you know, you can only make millions and millions and millions of dollars on these games, you know. You know, gotta pay those writers, I guess. Gun Media.
They're gonna be the point of console version of King, where it's like, we're releasing the same games, we're just reskinning it onto different things. It's like, oh, here's Candy Crush, I mean Walking Dead, and here's Witch Crush, I mean Batman game.
Yeah, the fact that they haven't changed their engine yet, I really don't understand.
Or even
it's not like they haven't had the opportunity.
Different game style, like, or even make like just like a new, like old classic style, like point and click adventure game, where it's an actual point and click adventure game, where instead of these like walking, talking simulators.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they get the message eventually, but as long as people keep buying their shit, they're not going to. That being said, we are part of the problem, because I bought every Telltale game except Minecraft, because who fucking cares about that? Let me see this. Gun Media, publishers of Friday the 13th, the game, have confirmed the game will be delayed to spring 2017, doing so to, quote, expand development and inclusion of AI bots, Tommy Jarvis as a playable character, and the inclusion of Packanack Lodge playable map, end quote. Launched on Kickstarter, the game will begin its closed beta for certain backers late this year, followed by the full multiplayer open release in spring 2017, followed by the single-player component. Again, what the fuck? Release of a game.
But if you're mad about that and you're like, I want to play this Friday the 13th game, just go on Steam and get the game Dead by Daylight, because it's pretty much just a fucking copy of that. Or even if you don't want that,
Michael Myers
go play
as the
Evolve.
playable character. Yuck. And Evolve is a fucking phenomenal game. This is actually kind of a big deal. Shut up. Xbox One was the highest selling console in September. This is big news for Microsoft.
The Xbox One S beat out the PS4 Slim in the UK by like 350%.
Yeah, which is dope. This is big news for Microsoft, as this is the first time in this console generation where they have had the lead in sales 3 months in a row. It is worth noting Forza Horizon 3, another installment in the very popular Forza franchise, was the highest selling first-party game. this month. Whether this momentum will continue in the next month remains to be seen, but with Gears of War 4 having just released, it is likely the pendulum will continue to swing in Microsoft's favor. Jesus Christ, I did not mean to make that pun. Holy fuck.
The pendulum.
Gears of War and pendulum.
You're
boy. Somebody should hit me.
I will. Hit you on the head with a pendulum.
MMO mainstay. Shut up. MMO Metal Gear. Sorry.
MMO. Wait. Hold on. Speaking of Metal Gear, you remember how that scene in Metal Gear Solid 3 where Gronin is telling Snake about the whole Metal Gear thing? He's like, I wanted to make a tank or a machine that's the missing link between infantry and artillery.
Yeah.
And then that's when, Snake goes, Metal Gear.
Yeah.
In the Japanese version, the dialogue actually makes much better sense, because I don't really remember it by heart, but it's something like, instead of the whole missing link, it's like, this will be like the missing cog between, the infantrymen and artillery, and it's like, it's like saying that infantry and artillery are these two different cogs of industry and like warfare, and then this bipedal tank is the missing metal gear in between them both, keeping them turning, and that's like that fits much better.
That does make more sense. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, nice little factoid there.
I appreciate that, Encyclopedia Brown.
Go fuck yourself.
MMO mainstay Lord of the Rings Online. Yes, Lord of the Rings Online
That's
is
still
getting
up?
an expansion. Per report from Massively OP. Oh yeah, it's still up.
It's still up, and it's getting an expansion?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, I'm pretty sure the last expansion was like something about Moria, and that was like a year when the game first released in, I want to say 09, maybe 08?
2007. Per a report from Massively OP and a live stream from developer Turbine, Mordor will become available after the game celebrates its 10-year anniversary in April next year. The game released in 2007 to mediocre reviews, but updates since then have dramatically improved the game and helped it maintain a steady, loyal audience. So good for them.
Where have I heard this same exact story before? What is it? What's that game? It's fantasy. It's oh yeah, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, still have to get that one. MMO Final Fantasy XIV is also getting an add-on. During the keynote address at, and this is not a joke, Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest 2016, game director Naoki Yoshida officially, no shit, like who the fuck would go to that? Naoki Yoshida officially announced the expansion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many years have they been doing this? Naoki Yoshida officially announced the expansion called Stormblood. It will raise the level cap by 10, enhance the job system, and expand the inventory system, along with other things. It is set to release early summer 2017, and will be the last update the PS3 version of the game receives. Sony has also confirmed that free upgrades to the PS4 version will be offered to those wanting to upgrade their console. So, that's all the news I had. Good for them.
I would talk shit about FF14, but I hear that it's actually really good, and I know a lot of people who play that and are like, really love it, and then there's one person of note I can think of who's like a meth addict who went and did all the raids multiple times so that way they can get the 5 legendary chocobo mounts.
Well, thank God for that. So that's all the news. That's pretty much everything. Unless there's anything in particular you wanted to discuss. We've been going for, how long have we been going for? About an hour 13. So,
yeah, I think that here's a good point to end it. What are you looking forward to this upcoming week, Brandon, my friend?
Fuck, what was it? I just saw something was coming out. God damn, there's something coming out. I don't remember. I think the next big game that's coming out is Battlefield 1.
Yeah, that's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so that.
Let's see here. October. this upcoming week is... Oh, that's sooner than I thought. It's actually next week. It's on Friday. On
Battlefield
Friday,
1?
Yeah, on Friday, Battlefield 1 comes out. So we'll probably play a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me know when I see you picked up Gears 4, but let me know if you're going to get a physical copy of Battlefield 1. I'll have to go pick that up. You can have that too.
I think I'm going to go get the physical. I've already pre-ordered it. If I wouldn't have pre-ordered it, then I probably would have gotten digital. But
yeah, it's fine. I pre-ordered it also, the early enlisters edition.
Yeah. Speaking of Gears 4, to our listeners, or people, or our listeners who get this on SoundCloud or iTunes, which I will, at this point in time of recording, do not have, but probably by the time I put it up, will have. Me and my co-host will be doing a Let's Play, probably, of Gears 4 on our channel.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So, if anybody's watching this on the YouTube page, just click that subscribe button, baby. And maybe you'll get a little notification of a little video made by...
And you will watch Angelo and I do something we have not done since Dead Space 3.
Oh, yeah.
Co-op an entire game, and boy, let me tell
man.
you, if you want to see two people fucking ruin their way through a video game,
More
go ahead
like
and watch
bumble
Angelo and
their way
I,
through a video
because
game.
we suck.
I mean,
but it's fun to watch.
I mean, we're good. It's just we're too stupid and are always making jokes and making fun of each other, so we fuck up constantly. Like, I still remember when Dead Space 3, there's that one boss. I'm like, Brandon, keep him distracted. And you're like, what? And I just fucking run off and just, like, keep going on the level. Like, bye.
I fucking no, help me.
Let's see, what else comes out next week? Batman Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say the same thing.
Now, when Naruto, Ninja, Shippuden, Gaiden, Kahuta, Badula 15 comes out, you let me know, because I'm all about that.
That one title, yeah. That one.
Uh-huh, yep. I didn't say it right. No, what is it? Naruto Shippuden! Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, just like that. You gotta shit yourself as you do it.
Yeah, I gotta give myself the Heimlich, yep.
And it's upcoming expansion, Chimpo Go Mount!
Oh my god.
Oh, I love that episode of South Park. But that's all stuff really coming out next week. Any games you're gonna be playing? Like anything on your backlog? You gonna continue with Mad Max?
Mad Max, probably Mad Max and Gears 4, most likely. So,
You think you'll be close to beating Mad Max?
If I keep up the pace I've been keeping up consistently, I imagine I could probably finish Mad Max within the next week or so. If not soon. If not, well, maybe a little longer, it depends. But if I get the amount of playtime that I would like, then I could probably finish it this week. But we'll see what happens. What about you? Are you done with Mafia 3?
No, I'm gonna play that some more. I'm you know, as you know, by my job, I never really complete games. I'm thinking of this week just pounding through Mafia 3, so in that way I have all this free time to play Battlefield 1 and try and get through that story, and so in that way I can just do multiplayer stuff.
I'm gonna have to drop the rest of my paper down on Battlefield 1 so I can get that fucking... I keep saying now that I have a good paying job, I keep saying I'm gonna... Well, for me, I have a good paying job. Rich fuck. I keep saying I'm going to get the deluxe editions of all these games, and I fucking pre-order them, and I keep getting the calls from GameStop. Your deluxe edition of Gears 4 is ready. I'm like, I'm not. I would have got it, but I keep having to put money into my fucking stolen then recovered car. So, but
did you find your car yet?
Oh, did I? Oh my God, you're gonna! I thought I told you this. All right, so
did
for the listeners,
you find it under the overpass? You know, hobos had an orgy. You know, old
almost. So they found it about 2 minutes away from my house. There's a shitty, smutty hotel, and the car was parked there. They had stolen everything out of the trunk, so my work laptop, a couple blankets I had back there. So they rummaged the center console, whatever, siphoned all the gas out. So I found the car, cleaned it extensively, Bought a new battery because they took that too.
Just they steal the radio?
No, they did not. Oddly enough,
they left that one in. Maybe they'll get that one next time.
It's because they saw a cassette. It's a cassette player. They're like, ugh. So they didn't bother. Like, I'm gonna owe somebody money for giving them this. So
it's the fact that it was a cassette player and inside was like an old cassette version of fucking
Eddie Murphy's Greatest Hits. Yep, nailed it.
That's a good one. The only song is Party All Night.
That's yep.
Or Party all the time. I was going to say, just like a shitty '80s mixtape you made. That's just like Boy George, Barbie Girl.
Oh man, you know me so well. Yeah, I have Aqua's Greatest Hits, which is about 2 songs.
Hey, don't you ever talk shit about Aqua.
Shut up. So I get the car, I fill it up, I put $30 in gas in it. I leave it parked at the gas station. I walk back to Megan's car, drive her car home, walk back to my car. There's a puddle of gasoline underneath it. I'm like, all right, let's see what happened. So I drive the car to the apartment, park it, and I feel around underneath the gas tank, and sure as shit, to siphon the gasoline out, they stabbed holes in the bottom of the gas tank.
Wow.
So my car was leaking gasoline all over. My neighbor complained, that poor dog, and so I had to buy cat litter to cover up the gasoline that was spilled. I got a notice on the car saying we're going to tow it because I had it parked in a spot I wasn't supposed to be parked in, and they didn't know my car was my car because I didn't tell them I found it again. I just told them that it was stolen. So I had to park my car in my spot, get cat litter to sprinkle over the gasoline that was spilled, had to clean up the gas, had to clean all that shit up yesterday during our torrential rainstorm, throw that in the dumpster, and now I have the car still sitting there. And now I'm trying to sell it for $1,200, so if anybody living in the Tukwila metropolitan area is interested in a decent car that only has a $150 gas tank that needs to be replaced on it, $1,200 is a good deal. So hit me up.
Like 1,200?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I bought the car for $2,500, and it's still a solid car. So it's not even about the money. I want to put money on a down payment plus a car loan on a new car, and I'd like to get something. I mean, I'd sell it for $500, frankly. I just want to get it the fuck out of here because I have never been more. Every time I look at it, I'm going to fucking throw a grenade in it. I'm so fucking annoyed. I'm like, you know what? Next time somebody steals my car, please, anybody, if you ever steal my car, just take it. Just leave it gone because I'm so tired.
If you steal his car, keep it.
Just unless it's a Tesla, then I'll fucking murder you.
So if you steal his car, just steal it.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
Even if I see you somewhere in it, I won't even stop you. Like, hey, that's fine. You clearly needed it more than I did. Have a good day.
Like it's someone who knows you and like they fucking take your car and like they're driving away and then like they look out the window and see you and you just like completely look away like, nope, I haven't seen that. Nope.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get Elon on the phone and see if I can get a 30-year payment plan on a Tesla. See if I can get my hands on one of those.
Who knows? He's a guy who's trying to broaden the technology horizon. Who knows? Maybe he'll be like, how about instead of giving you a Tesla, you let me $6 billion man you and turn you into a Tesla man.
It's like, can I put this car on layaway? You give it to me now, and I pay you never. Does that sound like a good plan for you?
The $6 billion Tesla man. You're like just playing fucking Mad Max, and you're like, oh man, I forgot my bowl of potato chips over in the counter.
Hey man, whatever. Fucking get great gas mileage. But that's our show for today. Angelo, do you have anything to add?
Oh shit, I totally forgot. In 2 weeks, Titanfall 2 comes out, so.
Woo!
Just look forward to the channel in the next episode. What song should I use for tonight's episode?
I don't know what song you used for last week's episode.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. So have you heard of this little indie gym called, Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden?
Huh. I can't say I have.
So someone made a pseudo sequel to the old Sega game, Barkley Shut Up and Jam. You know, the basketball game.
Oh yeah, I do remember that game. I think I had that game. Holy shit!
They crossed it over with Space Jam and made a Final Fantasy-esque RPG where you play as Charles Barkley living in Neo, New York after a kind of quote-unquote post-apocalyptic event happened where during in the middle of a basketball game,
oh boy,
Charles Barkley did a, and I quote, chaos dunk and nuked half of the city.
Oh my god.
And the game starts because it's like, you know, you're Charles Barkley, you're this disgraced basketball player, and basketball is now outlawed because of you. And someone does a chaos dunk and nukes a part of the U.S. and the head of the basketball Gestapo, Michael Jordan, comes to your house to try and arrest you. But yeah, I used the theme song for that game, which is a like kind of techno remix of Space Jam.
Oh, that sounds about right. That's pretty incredible, actually. Chaos dunk, huh? That's
who knows? Maybe
wow.
Maybe I'll do a playthrough of that for the channel at some point.
That's awesome.
I don't know. What's theme should I use this week?
Just use that one.
No, I can't use it again.
Oh, you used it last week? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. First week was Super Mario World's Overworld theme. Second episode was Barkley Shut Up and Jam Guidance.
How about Yoshi? How about the Yoshi story? How about that?
I don't know any good themes from Yoshi Story. The only like Yoshi related theme the only good Yoshi related theme I can think of that's like always what I'm always hearkening back to is the map theme from Yoshi's Island. Yeah, nope, that's what I'm gonna use this week.
All right. Problem solved.
All right. You want to plug anything, Brandon?
As always, my friend Jake and I do a podcast where we talk about movies, television, and everything in between. Every Friday we record, and then Friday it also gets posted to our YouTube channel, Jake and Brando, and our SoundCloud account, also Jake and Brando. So if you like to laugh and like to listen to two dudes who don't know shit talk about movies, by all means listen to that. I promise you'll laugh more than you get mad at things we don't know. So there's that.
You probably laughed more than listening to this podcast, but or who knows? Maybe you'll be like, maybe this one's not as funny as that other one.
Hey, you know what? It's early. We're learning. This is episode 3. We'll hit our groove. It's not our fault. It's fucking slow news. Now when we start playing Gears and we start talking about as time goes and it starts to get the more juicy shit, we'll have more to say. But right now it's VR and Star Citizen. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
I don't know.
But I know that's everything. So yeah.
All right.
Like and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Look out for any. Maybe I should plug just for in case anybody's listening on SoundCloud or iTunes if I get it up on there. Go check out youtube.com/schmuckleberry to find the home of this podcast, and for any Let's Plays I might have uploaded. I'm thinking I tried to do Deus Ex, but then I realized that's a big game, and I kind of was like, what the fuck am I thinking? Thinking about maybe doing a Let's Play of like Necropolis or any other like small indie game I have, and then like working my way up to big titles. As we've previously mentioned, me and Brandon are going to start up Gears 4 at some point in the next week or two.
As soon as Angelo clears up his fucking schedule.
I'm sorry, I work every goddamn day, darling.
That's okay, sweetheart. I'm always here for you.
If only you were, bitch. So yeah, youtube.com/schmuckleberry. That's SCH.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying because a lot of people when they hear it, they're like, "Oh, so SH," and I'm like,
"Oh,
no, that's."
Well, if you're illiterate, you can't listen to this podcast. So that's your problem.
I wanted to get like the most out of the schmuck.
So I wish you'd shut the fuck up.
Oh, see, this is the reason why you do the inferior boof of BOOF, but I do the superior one of BOOFPH, because you a boof ass nigga.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see, which one of us spells the fake word more fake, me or you? Fuck it, that'll show him.
There's your word of the day, people. Boof. Example, Brandon. Good night, everybody. Lay me out, Johnny.